Hey guys, woodworking is a really important skill for people who are interested in self-reliance. It's a great way to learn to make your own things rather than buy them from the store, and plus it's just a really interesting hobby. And I don't make a lot of woodworking videos, even though I do dabble in it quite a bit, and I wanted to throw this video out as a test to kind of see what interest there is in the channel to decide whether I go forward with any more videos on this kind of stuff. So what I wanted to bring you today is two very low budget woodworking saws that you can use for making dovetail or box joints or just kind of small woodworking projects, not the big timber framing stuff. So what we have is, on top we have a Zona brand dovetail saw, and on the bottom is the Harbor Freight flush cut saw. The Zona is about $11. You can get them on Amazon, eBay, a bunch of different places. They're relatively inexpensive, anywhere from like $10 to $30. This one here was $11. I think it had free shipping too. And it all depends on the number of teeth per inch, the width of the saw, the length of the saw, all that go into it. But like I said, $10 to $30. This one here has a lot of teeth per inch. This is a fine cut, very thin kerf saw. This Harbor Freight one I think was $8, and it's a pull saw, meaning you only get a cutting action on the pull stroke. It doesn't have a backer like this one has, so the only thing keeping it straight is that pulling action. If you cut both ways, it would flex on you as you cut. So this is a small pull saw. As you can see, it has more aggressive teeth than the Zona, so it is a little bit quicker cutter, and it has a much wider kerf than that. So $8 for the Harbor Freight, about $10 to $30 for the Zona. And if I didn't mention, the Zona are made in the USA, which is always a big plus for me. I always seek out those products first. So here's where the complaint always happens. People always say, I don't know why you do these videos. Show me you using them. Okay guys, I would love to go and set up cameras in my shop and just film me doing stuff all day long, but to be honest, you know, the videos never turn out, lighting never works. I just don't have the time to set up a studio to show you guys a couple of simple cuts on a saw. You know, and that goes with a lot of gear on this channel, guys. I just, I don't have the time to set up lights and do editing and things like that over a video that I don't know if it's going to get 100 hits or 10,000. So what I did do is I did make some cuts with both of these saws so that I can show you at least what you're getting into in this price range. Now, as you can see, I was practicing some dovetails on this piece of scrap. I threw it in the scrap bin and pulled it out for you guys to see. You can see these first three cuts here, these shorter ones, are with the Zona saw. You can see it's a much thinner cut and a much straighter cut. That's because it does have the backing, which helps keep it straight, and it has the really thin kerf. So as you can see, it's really good saw for woodworking. It's it cuts straight, it's nice, it's not something you can, like I said, use for timber framing, but for small dovetails, box joints, things like that, really a nice saw. Cuts kind of slow, but it has a lot of teeth per inch, so it is a fine cut saw. And something like this pine here, it only takes maybe 10 seconds to make this cut, but as you can see, these last three are with the Harbor Freight. What do we notice? Number one, they're not nearly as straight, and number two, they're a lot thicker. But it cuts in that same 10 seconds, which was kind of my benchmark for making the cuts. You get quite a bit further into the wood. So, quicker cut, faster cut, nowhere near as neat. Now, in some cases that's really important, in other cases it's not. If you're looking for a very accurate box joint, something like this Zona is going to be excellent. If you're just looking to make some quick shoulder cuts or something like that you're going to sand down or shape with a chisel anyway, this flush cut saw may just do the trick for you. So there you guys can see the cuts we made with these saws really quick, just all by hand, no bracing or anything like that. Like I said, I am not an expert in woodworking, just kind of gauging your guys' interest here. So here you go, two very cheap saws. You can add them to your collection. They're great for around the house. And then if you do kind of dabble into woodworking, making the small dovetails or box joints or anything like that, these things work pretty good. The flush cut saw really isn't meant for woodworking. It's really more for like cutting wooden dowels and things like that, because it is flexible, so you can, as you can see, you can cut something flush against without the handle getting away, because it does flex. You have that action. That's really more what it's meant for, but that's also very handy in woodworking as well, because sometimes you do have to get into those really tight corners to cut something, and having that little bit of flex can help you quite a bit, whereas you can't do it with this back Zona saw. So there you go. Two really super low budget options. It only goes up from there. I find these Zonas to be they're kind of like the Mora knives of the dovetail saws. They're like $10 to $15 for a good portion of them. They use pretty good steel. It's made in the USA. They're pretty good quality. They're not the best, but for the price, you are not going to get a better saw for $10. Are you going to get a better saw for $30? Absolutely. But to get started out, these are two pretty good options, and this Zona's really the deal of the bunch. For the $3 more you spend on the Zona as compared to this Harbor Freight, it's really just really nice quality and really cuts really nice as well. So there you guys go. I just want to see what kind of interest we have in this, and if we do, I will make some more videos about some of the woodworking tools I have and some other things, and we'll go from there, guys.